Hi guys, one more time, it's Simon. I'm the French guy from the international class, and today we're gonna do a video about stereotypes in Peru. So it will be really interesting because as there is two international students in our group, you will have like different point of view.
Hello, I'm Lorena. I'm from Germany and right now I'm living in Peru until December. So I can tell you what a lot of Germans and I guess Europeans in general think about Peru, like what the stereotypes of Peru are in my home country and also what I thought before coming to Peru. So I think the first thing that comes into my mind when I think, or that came into my mind when I thought of Peru was Machu Picchu, because it's just the most known place in Peru for a lot of Europeans and for me. So I thought of Machu Picchu, of the Incas, of llamas and alpacas. That was basically my image of Peruvians, and that they are very religious due to their heritage, which I can also confirm that in comparison to where I come from, also younger people are more religious, so they are Christians and Catholic. So this is a prejudice I can confirm, whereas Peru has much more than only Machu Picchu and the Andes. It has a lot of scenic nature, and it's just so beautiful, not just near Cusco. And also one prejudice is, and one stereotype is that Central America in general is the same, because if you tell somebody in my home country you go to Peru, maybe some people they know where it is, but it's more like, yeah, Peru is like Argentina, Peru is like Chile, Peru is like Bolivia. But you have to know that all of these countries do have something in common, like some basic culture that's more or less the same. But for example, in Peru, people are, as far as I have perceived it, people are less open than for example in Brazil or in Argentina or in Uruguay, so they are more reserved. And yes, I think this is one stereotype you should think twice of before you just say that all Latin American people and Latin American countries are the same.
I think the cause of the stereotypes is the society where we live. Also, the ignorance. Sometimes when we are a child, we hear some stuff about a certain group, and we grow up with that idea in our heads. So we feel that it's the truth. We don't search about that. We don't care. We just think that it's true what we hear about certain people. I think the feeling the stereotype creates in people, sometimes the people that have the stereotypes, they like create like hate sometimes, or they feel more about certain group. The people that are being stereotyped, like they feel excluded of their groups because of the stereotypes that he hear about their own group. I think nowadays there is less stereotypes because the generations are more interested in searching about people. They are more carefully when they talk. They don't believe what they hear when they were a child. They look for truth. I think that all their generation are the ones that still have stereotypes about certain groups. But not all. Some of them change their minds because of their trials of the society they live.
About the different cultural groups that we have in Peru, it's a big difference between the people who live in the capital of Peru, that is Lima, and the people who live in the highlands. For example, the people who live in Lima, Lima is very centralized, so the business and the educations are better here, and also we have different values and are more modern than the people in the in the highlands. The people in the highlands, they live in a rural city, and also they are more traditional than the people who live in Lima. Also, about the stereotypes of the gender. Sadly, in Peru, there is a lot of machismo. The men think that the women only have to be in the house, and it's not necessary that they have to work, and also to care about the house and the children. About the age, the old people, we think that they didn't have to work, but in the highland it's different, because even if they are older, they work hard in for example, farm or with the animals. Also, about the stereotypes of the money, we think that people who have a lot of money, we call them pitucos. Like, we have the stereotype that they have to be white skin or blonde hair, and they have to have a car and good education and dress very well. And also, people who don't have money, we think that they don't have a good education, and they live in a bad city.
Okay, I hope you guys you learn a little bit more about Peruvian stereotypes. If you have any question or any comments, do not hesitate to put it under the video. Ciao!